So some new Megas finally got added into Pokemon Champions, and today we're going to be using Mega Raichu Y. Next video will be about Mega's Crafty because bro just has immense aura, but to stay on the topic of Mega Raichu Y, this thing's dumb. No, like, it's actually dumb. I don't know what they did to this Pokemon, but it feels so strong to use for no reason. To go for Raichu itself, it has the ability No Guard, which makes it so none of its attacks can miss. But it also means that your opponents can't miss their attacks either when they attack Raichu, but the drawback of it doesn't really matter. What does matter is Raichu getting access to Zap Cannon and Focus Blast. Now, normally these wouldn't be moves that you'd run thanks to their low accuracy, but because Raichu has No Guard, the accuracy is a complete non-factor, which is great. But what I really want to talk about is Raichu's stat spread, because here's where things get interesting. Raichu Y has a very high special attack stat, and at first glance you'd probably want to max out its special attack, but I took a different approach. Zap Cannon is a really powerful move, but if you use it against naturally bulky Pokemon like Frigoraph or Annihilate, Zap Cannon will be a 2-hit KO regardless if you max out a special attack or not. So I decided to build Raichu bulkier instead and invested EVs into its defenses. And Raichu actually ends up being quite tanky if you do this. It survives things that you really wouldn't expect it to. I invested enough speed to outspeed Sneasler, and then put the rest into its HP and physical defense, since its base defense is quite low and would definitely appreciate the boost. For its moves we have Zap Cannon, Protect, Focus Blast, and for the last move it was sort of flexible. Normally you'd run Fake Out, but I was already running Raichu next to another Fake Out user, so there was no point doubling down, and I decided to use Nasty Plot. And with a Nasty Plot up, Raichu will one-shot anything in the game. It isn't even a joke. It's not a joke. To go over the rest of the team, as I said earlier, we're running a Fake Out user along with Raichu, and that Fake Out user is Sableye. And I chose Sableye because Pranks to Encore is just very strong, and it has Quash, and even though Raichu has a lot of speed, all it takes is Sneasler to use Close Combat Form Burden to activate, so having Quash is just a nice option for speed control. Now Raichu is weak to ground, so we also have Primarina, which I feel like I use in every single video, but it's just too consistent. It has Liquid Voice, Hyper Voice, Moon Blast, Ice Beam, basically everything it needs for coverage. So if our opponent has a Garchomp on their team, it should be able to handle it pretty comfortably. I added Sizzle as well because Sableye's weak to Fairy, and Mega Floette goes down to 1 Bullet Punch. For our 5th Pokemon, we have Kangaskhan with Fake Out and Last Resort because you can't go wrong with it. It's a solid overall and basically fits well into any team. And for the last slot, we have Frigoraph with Imprison and Trick Room in case we find any Trick Room teams. Here's the full team, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And let's get to the matches. Also, don't even ask me how I got into Master World tier this season because I shouldn't even be here. I don't know what compelled me to do it, but I used the worst Pokemon on this game. I don't want to say who it is because it will be a video and it is coming out very soon, but I just have to edit the video. But yeah, no, somehow I got here in 5 hours, which shouldn't have been possible because normally it takes me like a day or 2 to get into Master World tier. It took me 5 hours and I got like an 8-win streak using such a diabolical Pokemon. But yeah, the video will be out soon, so if you want to watch out for that. But now, let's get into the video. Okay, so over here, our opponent's running a Trick Room team. I do feel very inclined to bring Frigoraph here because of Imprison. Raichu as well, obviously, because obviously this is Raichu's video, so it'd be a bit odd if I didn't bring Raichu here. We'll bring Sableye, and I do want to bring Primarina, but the sun being up is a problem, so I think this team's fine. Okay, they send out Mawile and Kangaskhan. Okay, so this isn't Trick Room. It's not. Interesting. They can't use Fake Out here because of Armatel. I suppose we'll just use Hyper Voice. And then with Raichu, we'll Mega and use Focus Blast onto Kangaskhan, right? Might as well. They swap out Mawile and go into Frigoraph. Okay. There's Raichu Y. By the way, go to Shiny Scheme. Go to Shiny Scheme. Obviously, it's just regular Pikachus, but still looks very good. Focus Blast. Woo! Calm down, Raichu. Calm down. It was a crit. It was a crit. It was a crit. But still, okay, still. Calm down, Raichu. Hyper Voice. Does decent damage. They're going to Torkoal here. I suppose over here we actually do use Imprison. Right, and then Torkoal probably uses Protect. Oh, but does it? Does it? Does it? I feel like it does, but I can't be sure because it might not. Okay, the safest play is just to Zap Cannon. And if they protect, they protect. If they don't, then we do a lot of damage. They don't protect. Zap Cannon. It just does so much damage. I don't know, man. Mega Raichu Y seems very good. One thing to bear in mind, though, is if you do use Mega Raichu Y, you probably should have an answer to Trick Room because Zap Cannon has a guaranteed chance to paralyze, and being paralyzed does half your speed, making it so you're faster on the Trick Room. So having an answer for Trick Room is very important, and they forfeit. I mean, it makes sense. If you use Trick Room and then it gets shut down, the odds of you winning go down dramatically because you'll just get outsped every single turn. But we still got to see what Mega Raichu could do. Let's get to the next match. Okay, over here, our opponent's running a Tailwind team with either Mega Blastoise or Mega Gardevoir. We'll bring Raichu, Sableye, Primarina for Garchomp, and then for the last slot, I mean, like, I sort of do want to bring Sizzle for Gardevoir if they do bring it. Sort of do. You know what? Let's bring Sizzle. Let's bring Sizzle. They send out Blastoise and Talonflame. Okay, over here, we're gonna Mega and use Nasty Plot. To be fair, do we even use Nasty Plot? I feel like we just straight up Zap Cannon onto Talonflame. There's reason to believe that this is Tailwind Water Spout, but at the same time, it could be Fake Out onto Raichu. I think the safest play here is just to Fake Out onto Blastoise. There's the Mega. They use Quick Guard. Fake Out won't work here, but that's fine. Zap Cannon. Cooked. They use Water Spout. Does Raichu take this? Bro, Raichu might be the GOAT. It survived. It survived the 4 HP Mega Blastoise Water Spout. And they have a Chalodon. We just Focus Blast. It goes down, and then we Foul Play onto Blastoise. They swap out Blastoise and go into Garchomp. No Protect. Huh? Focus Sash. Oh no, it's Sturdy. I mean, it worked out for them, so I can't even judge it. Flash Cannon and Sableye goes down. Okay, what we'll do is we'll go into Primarina and we'll just use Ice Beam onto Garchomp. Over here, we'll Focus Blast. And yeah, Ice Beam. Okay. Daze Protect. Fair enough. Rock Tomb. No Earthquake. No Earthquake, huh? Okay. There's Ice Beam. Okay, okay. Garchomp goes down. They go back into Blastoise. I mean, we just protected because of Fake Out. Double Protect. Actually, we might as well Hyper Voice because they'll just Fake Out Raichu. Wait, hang a second. What even is this team we're facing? We're facing our Chalodon team without Rain. Don't know. Water Spout. Primarina takes it. Hyper Voice. Our Chalodon's gone. And I think that should be the match. Yeah, they forfeit. Mega Raichu Y is doing well, man. Mega Raichu Y is doing really well. Another Trick Room team. I mean, like, I think anyway. What we'll do is we'll lead off with Frigoraph, Raichu, Sableye. You know what, to be fair, yeah, to be fair, if we're going to use Imprison anyway, Torkoal with the Sun won't even be a threat anyway, so we might as well bring Primarina. This is fine. They send out Frigoraph and Mousehold. Okay, well, we're just using Imprison here. There we go. And with Raichu, I suppose we just Mega and we Focus Blast onto Mousehold. Raichu might be a bit dumb. Raichu might be a bit dumb, guys. Raichu is dumb. Bro didn't even bother using Follow Me. He didn't want Focus Blast redirected onto him. He could smell it. He could smell it coming. Frigoraph uses Imprison. Yep, you can't use Trick Room. Mawile. When I saw that Mawile got added into the game, I was so gassed because it's, I don't know, Mawile just has such a cool design. Mawile video coming on the way. We're gonna Hyper Voice and we're gonna we're gonna Zap Cannon. We're gonna Zap Cannon because there's nothing that they can do to really stop this. Frigoraph uses Helping Hand. Can they one-shot Raichu? Can they? Zap Cannon. Bloody hell, man. Hits like an absolute truck. Hyper Voice. Does get Mawile down into the red. Rock Slide. Raichu tanks it. Raichu tanks it. That's a huge power. Helping Hand boosted the Rock Slide and it survived. Did they forfeit? They forfeited. Bear in mind, I'm recording this video on season reset, so like on the first day. And basically no one's in Master Ball here. So I'm facing a very small amount of people that were actually able to get here on the first day. And Raichu's shredding all of them. Actually all of them. Insane. Another trick room team again? Again? We just bring the exact same team again. And hopefully get the exact same result. They send out Frigoraph and Blastoise. Yeah, over here we just use Imprison. Again, for like the third time this video. And we just Zap Cannon. Down to Blastoise. What have they done? What have they actually done? They use this Protect. Okay. There's Imprison. And once again, You can't use Trick Room. I mean, yeah, we just Hyper Voice and Zap Cannon again. But do they swap out? Do they swap out? They probably do. So I am tempted to use Nasty Plot. I am. But is it too greedy? It probably is greedy. It probably is too greedy. I should have done it. I should have done it. Sinistra comes in. Zap Cannon. That's still doing okay. That's actually okay. Hyper Voice. Does decent chip to Frigoraph. They use Twin Beam onto Raichu. Gets us into the yellow, which isn't the best, but we'll firm it. Why does it look so cool? Like, it just has aura behind it. I think what we do is we Hyper Voice and we swap Raichu into probably into Sableye. Twin Beam won't work because Sableye's a dark type. And yeah, Hyper Voice again. Gets Frigoraph to exactly 50%. Twin Beam doesn't work. Machigotcha from Sinistra. Does it burn anyone? No burn. We just press Hyper Voice again. And yeah, we foul play. They swap out Frigoraph and go back into Blastoise, sure. Hyper Voice. Again, does decent chip damage to Blastoise. Foul play. This probably wouldn't do that much, but Colbur Berry. Okay, so this actually won't do anything then. Yeah. And it got paralyzed. Raichu actually has way too much value. I think we just Hyper Voice again. And probably just foul play onto Blastoise. Get it down to low HP so then Water Spout does nothing. It's Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse onto Frigoraph. We have the Colbur Berry as well. Okay, we take it. Hyper Voice. Does good damage. Foul play. And Blastoise is in the yellow. Machigotcha again. Misses Sableye. Does Frigoraph survive? I mean, like, I think it should. It does. Okay. Actually, I think what happens here is Frigoraph and Sableye goes down. What they'll probably do is just Water Pulse onto Sableye and then Machigotcha. And then Frigoraph and Sableye go down. I think we double into Blastoise here because it is quite annoying. I think we just Hyper Voice and Foul Play onto it. Dark Pulse, yeah, onto Sableye. Makes sense. Hyper Voice. Doesn't care Blastoise, but Foul Play will. We'll definitely take that. Machigotcha doesn't miss anyone, and we go down. Okay, let's send the Raichu in Primarina. I suppose we just Zap Cannon onto Frigoraph, and we Ice Beam onto Sinistra. Zap Cannon. Frigoraph gets absolutely eviscerated by that. Absolutely cooked. Ice Beam. Does do a lot to Sinistra there. Does Raichu survive Machigotcha? Does it survive? I don't actually know. We actually do survive it. Raichu's actually moderately tanky, you know. They send out Torkoal as the last Pokemon. I think we Zap Cannon onto Torkoal and then Ice Beam again onto Sinistra. Rage Powder is bad. Rage Powder is bad. Okay. Ice Beam. To be fair, this actually might come down to the wire. Does Primarina take an eruption? It actually does take it. Okay. Raichu goes down, but that's fine. Do we one-shot? Probably not because of the sun. But I mean, the damage isn't spread anymore. Hyper Voice. Oh wow, okay. I was a crit. I think the crit probably mattered there. I think it did. But I mean, overall, I don't know who designed Mega Raichu Y, but whoever did deserves a raise because this Pokemon currently, to me anyway, seems very, very good. I don't know if it's like a recency bias sort of thing, but it didn't really struggle that much, you know. And it actually survived a lot of things that I really shouldn't have, so the devs cooked. But let me know what you think of Mega Raichu in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.